time guest is live. First time guest is live.
We'll just give it a sec for people to start hopping in. Maybe give it like one more minute or something. Also, I think I tried to fix the audio so it should sound better, like a lot louder. And if it's too loud or if it's not loud enough, let me know so that I can keep playing around with it. Yeah, and if you guys can hear me and stuff, or I don't know if there's any issues, let me know. Hey, what's up, Bruno, man? How you doing, bro? How's your morning? Okay, so let's get started on this. I had quite a big watch list from last night, so I'm gonna try to go through this a little bit quicker so I can get through everything. So okay, let's just go right away into this. So Workhorse was kind of one of the ones, the bigger price, the higher price ones that I'm watching. Looking for a move back to 24 to 26. So any of those levels are key levels on the daily chart as well as the intraday chart. So that's what I'm going to be looking for, to any pops basically into those levels to short, and then failed follow through. Next one was SPI. Obviously, this was a huge runner this past couple of days if you've been watching the market. Basically, I'm looking for any kind of pops into key levels as well. Let me switch at 5 days. So it's gapping down right now. Any pops really into, as you can see on the chart, 15 is a very key level. That's where it had support all day yesterday before it finally cracked. So any pops to 15, as well as like this 1250 level, I would take a starter in 1250, and then if it confirms backside, then I'll scale in. I'm not going to go full in on 12 because obviously there's a lot more room to 15. That's quite a huge range. So that's SPI looking for pops. Basically the same game plan on a lot of these stocks from yesterday because they were kind of similar. They're all sympathy plays to each other. Sun W, okay, Sun W. So same kind of deal. Look at the daily, 2 days of upside pretty much, but yesterday was the kind of the first red day where it failed. So key levels on the chart, as you can see, 4. So in the watch list I sent out yesterday, I don't know if you guys aren't part of the room, you guys can check it out, but the link somewhere. I was saying that if it gapped down below 4, then that would be a good short. If we get any kind of pops to those levels. If it gapped above 4, yes, it's kind of high off these levels, but 4 acted as support for a while. So if it kept if it gapped above 4, then that could potentially, you know, be another squeezer up to 8, maybe possibly a breakout, but now it's gapping down below 4. So now I'm going to be looking pops into this very important $4 level, as well as the mid 3s, so maybe 350s, 360s, into this VWAP. I'll take a starter. NEAT and ETE. So this one was amazing. I banked hard on this display. I think I made 9 grand on it. So I made the majority of my profit yesterday. But I want to go over this a little bit more because this is exactly what I look for every single morning. This is my ideal and one of my favorite chart setups. And it actually combines two setups. So when you get 2 different setups combined into one, that's going to be your best trade. So you can see gap and crapped here, gap and crapped here, gap and crapped here. go into the filings, garbage company. So that's exactly why this move happens, because they're selling paper into all these onto these pre-market moves. So the plus it's into these key levels, so it's also bounced short. And what happened intraday, as you can see here, it had a huge squeeze right into those levels, pre-market into 17, exactly where I wanted it to. I was looking at it here when it was in the 11s, and I took a starter. I was watching something else, the mistake I made, because I don't want to miss it, so I take a starter, and then if it goes higher, I'll cut it and reshort higher. So that was the plan. But I was watching something else, and I completely didn't see this. I didn't think this would happen. So I got squeezed on my starter, which sucked. But I mean, I was only in the starter, so it was fine. So then I just added into the key levels that I wanted initially. So it ended up being a great trade, and then I covered, and then I reshorted this pop into VWAP, and then I had a great day, so I didn't hold this, very far down. I only took $2, but still $2 was huge on this pop. So whatever. Alper, what do you think about KLDO? We can take a look at that. I didn't see this one. Okay, obviously it's topped out in at this like $9 level, $9 to $10 level multiple times. So yes, there's a lot of resistance. What I don't like is that there is no volume to support any of this resistance. So it can break through easily, especially since it's a low float. The other thing I don't like is that it only had 4 million yesterday. 4 million shares is pathetic. That's absolutely nothing in this market. So, and it's choppy. So this is not something I would take, just because no volume weighted resistance, and it's choppy, and there's absolutely no volume pre-market. So not for me. But it's not the worst trade possibly. OPTT, actually I will be taking a starter if we can get a rally up to the mid 140s. This is a decent setup. I just saw that this is popping up over VWAP, but as you can see, there's good levels here to trade into or to short into. I don't like these choppy last couple days, so that's kind of what's got me worried. Otherwise, I would have shorted this pop right here, but just because it's had some action the previous couple days, I don't really want to touch it at the moment. Yeah, man, out there for sure. PEC, tiny micro float. As you can see, halted. Every time it opened up all the way up to 14. On not a whole lot of volume, but now I would say that this is done with. This is kind of backside. It's below this key level of $10. So basically, I'm looking for any pops into $9. I took a starter here, into VWAP, and then I'm looking to add all the way to 10. If it gets over 10, I'm going to be cutting and leaving it alone. Carl, thanks for doing these, yo. Good to confirm some of my ideas, as well as see some different viewpoints on these. Yeah, man, no problem. I enjoy doing this for sure. Next one is Pola. Again, this is the same exact thing as SunW, pretty much. Looking for pops into key levels, mid 350s ish, $4, 480s. So looking for pops into those levels. You can see, if you will look on the daily, again, same chart as SunW, it's completely failed, so any pops are going to get sold into. But this is on a move on less volume, so SunW obviously would be my choice if you had to choose between those two, but either one should be a good trade. Now for gappers, CBAT, did not expect this at all. This is an insane move. you know, I shorted this pre-market yesterday, made, you know, good money on it. It squeezed, and then it squeezed after hours. So right now I'm not going to be touching it, at least pre-market. I'm going to wait for the open, see what it does. Basically, I'm looking for confirmed backside. So right now, you know, it's got 31 million shares of pre-market volume, which is nuts. It's a very choppy and wicky daily chart. You know, it's not something I like. So you're gonna get thrown around on this if you're trading this. I'll tell you that for sure. What I'm going to be waiting for is kind of, as you can see, this level after hours and pre-market of 320s. You know, 320s, something like that, has been the resistance here and support here. So the only way I'll trade this is if I can see confirmed backside below 320s. Otherwise, no touch for me. SGBX, I took a starter into VWAP. This is an ideal gap and crap. You can see gaps and crap here. One day run here and failed. Let's look back further. Gap and crap ran one day spike and gave it all back on, you know, some volume. It's not the most volume, but it's all good. Now the intraday chart, it's already failed and it's below VWAP. So I took a starter into this VWAP push. I will be looking to add into this, you know, into another push, maybe into 340s, 350s. And if it, so this one does have quite a bit of range. So what I'm going to be doing, technically, usually if a stock doesn't have a lot of range, what I'll do is my ultimate risk will be this pre-market high, and then I'll just add into pops up until this point, and then I'll scale if it's backside and cut if it goes above this. But because this has so much range, what I'm going to be doing is if it holds VWAP, confirms VWAPs and starts grinding back up, I'm out. I'll be short higher. But at this point, I think it's going to be rolling over. It could still have pops, but it's below VWAP. This chart has failed pre-market. Like, this is an ideal short. Let's see, TAT. You know, it's up 50% at this point. Obviously, it's failed right here off this $9 to $10 level. But if you look at the daily, we've got zero volume. This is a completely fresh chart, so this is a coin flip. If you're a beginner, I wouldn't recommend it on the long or short side. But you can, you know, if you're just itching, take small size, likely on the short side, and see what it does. But not a trade I would recommend. Boxel, it's not up a lot yet. If we look at the daily, if it was gapping, you know, to like 250, $3, I would be very, very interested in it, and I would go full size. However, it's not up enough, you know, 18%. So nothing I'm going to be touching right now. OPTT, yeah, you can say I missed a good entry on this, but I wanted it a little bit higher. But again, I really don't like these, that it's had, you know, already some action the last couple days. It's going to make it weird. So yeah, not really sure on that, honestly. And that's it, guys. Any questions before I sign off? Okay, guess not. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Yeah, I got a room. I've been getting asked a couple questions about it. Links in my Twitter, check it out. I'm not going to be hitting it hard or promoting it yet, so just, if you're interested, just check it out. If not, I don't care. Alright guys, have a good one. I'll see you guys here, same time, same deal. Stay safe today, take good trades, don't get FOMO. Only short key levels. Wait for backside to confirm, then go all in, or not all in. Don't go all in, then you can go full size. Alright guys, later, see you tomorrow.